Hello everybody, my name is Morkos Iskander. I'm Chief Clinical Officer here at eSign. So I'm a doctor by original training, and I'm sat here with Rob from Personal Homecare Pharmacy, and we're just going to have a chat about how we are. First off, Rob, why don't you tell them a little bit about you?
Hi there, I'm Rob Davidson. I'm the Head of Insight and Analytics at Personal Homecare Pharmacy. I've been with the business about 12 months, and the role involves, it's quite a broad role, so I govern the data within the organisation, provide insights from that data, but I also work with our NHS customers, onboarding them on platforms such as eSign.
Okay, so let's start right from the beginning.
Okay.
So when Personal Homecare Pharmacy was looking at what solutions there are before eSign came along and made life better, how did you go about finding things?
It was very much a manual paper-based process. So the script would be signed within a hospital, and ultimately there might be more than one signer. So that script would then go through their internal processes to get signed by that second or third signer, and it wasn't the case that they were all in the same room at the same time. So that obviously created a time delay. So for us, we would request the prescription, wait anything north of 14 days,
Wow.
receive the prescription, and then again, because it's paper-based, we open the envelope, we would then digitise it at that point by scanning it into our system and then file the original. Now, because it was managed by humans, there was always risk. Sometimes a prescription wasn't scanned, but it was filed. That caused a headache further on down the process. Likewise, sometimes it was scanned, but it was misfiled, and if we were going to find the original, then we would be spending time trying to dig out this prescription. So before eSign came along, the whole process was quite time consuming, from the point of signature in the hospitals, but also for our team in terms of managing that prescription internally.
So there were a lot of problems that you were having with the paper prescriptions from the signing point of view, from the requesting it, but even after it was signed, just getting the right thing to the right patient was problematic. So eSign came along. How did you go about implementing that and incorporating the eSign platform into your process?
So the eSign solution, we've been working with eSign for about 5 years in our fertility business, but it's really kind of gathered pace more recently when we've been partnering with the National Clinical Homecare Association to create this initiative and drive forward that government agenda point around digitising healthcare in general. We have onboarded so far 2 trusts, and one of the trusts in particular, who is one of our largest customers, have really taken to eSign and are rolling it out department by department. And I'm finding that it's worked seamlessly because of collaboration from both us and them. The process from actually speaking to them to actually having a final working process in place, we're finding it took about 3 weeks for each department. So overall, across all 3 departments, we're looking at around 9 weeks in total to get it from actually the initial discussions to them actually working with eSign constantly.
So less than a month to get it going?
Pretty much by department, yeah. So each department within this particular trust took about 3 weeks from initial conversation to actually having it rolled out and working fully for them. And in total, the trust across all 3 took around 8 to 9 weeks to get fully embedded.
Well, so once it's in place, you can get it up and running. What kind of benefits are you seeing at the moment from using eSign compared to how it was in the paper? Both in terms of time, in terms of how much easier or harder you found it, or what has been a problem area?
It's been quite transformational. The fact that we're digitising the script at the very start of the journey means that it creates a more robust, secure system for both the NHS and for ourselves. So we're finding that when we request a script for a patient, we're not waiting 14 days. We can get them, in some cases, the same day.
Wow.
it's all digitised. It goes from signer to signer, and it comes to us fully signed off, ready to go. Because it's in a digital format already, we can then load it straight into our core system, as well as file it electronically, which means that we've got it safe and secure, and it's much easier to find, should we need to find it. The benefits of that process alone has saved us hours of processing time internally. It saved us tons of paperwork that we no longer have to deal with, and actually that frees up the time for the team to concentrate on what they need to do, which is provide an impeccable service for the NHS and their patients.
So better for the patients, faster, and better for the environment.
Absolutely, yes.
Really transformational for the whole process from start to finish to use eSign. I think what's left to ask is how you see the future. Is there going to be more use for eSign going forward, or is this where things are?
Definitely more use. To frame it, we've got two trusts fully onboarded, and that's since December, and that saved us around 25 hours of processing time for 2 trusts. We work with 70 trusts. The goal is to roll it out to every single trust and make PHP fully paperless and fully digital, because that creates a nice secure setting for the patient, and we know that we can do our job far better than what we had done in the past when everything was paper-based.
So that time saving then is like having extra pharmacists, extra admin staff, and it's all in there, built in.
If you scale up that 25 hours across 70 trusts, and in that period of 3 months, 4 months, it's incredible the amount of savings that we'll get from that alone, and that's just from using eSign as a platform to manage prescriptions. It benefits the NHS, it benefits patients, it benefits us as a business, because as I've said, we can then concentrate on improving what we need to improve on and deliver what we need to deliver, and not have to worry about wading through paper to find a prescription that might have been misfiled or misplaced, because we know where it is. Yes, our intention is to roll out eSign across every single one of our trusts that we work with, just because of the benefit we've seen from rolling it across 2 trusts. Those 2 trusts alone, since December, have saved around 25 hours of processing time, which might not seem much, but it's allowed us to deliver other things because of that. So you scale that up across the 70 trusts that we work with, and then the time saving becomes incredible. Motivation to roll out eSign across all of our trusts, because it will give us a platform for our teams to engage with patients at a much more personal level, because they have the time to do that, which means we're delivering a better service for them, a better service for the NHS, and actually the collaboration with eSign will only grow as a result of that.
Lightning, it's been great talking to you today, Rob. It's wonderful to see the impact that eSign has managed to have across the whole journey for patients, from people just asking for what medication they need, the signing, the speed, let alone the environmental impact. It's been a great sunny day in Liverpool as well, which always makes things seem a bit nicer. So thank you very much for coming, and
Thank you.
we're going to carry on having a great partnership.